We present PoseForge, an editable pose analytics workbench for AI-assisted sports coaching. In skill-intensive sports such as cricket, coaching practices at the grassroots and even semi-professional level relies on subjective visual observation and verbal feedback without access to quantitative kinematic analysis using specialist equipments like slow-mo camera and physical markers. As a result, coaches lack tools to objectively diagnose movement issues and to communicate or simulate corrective actions in a physically grounded manner. PoseForge addresses this gap by taking a single monocular video as input and reconstructing a temporally consistent 3D skeletal representation of the athlete. It computes a suite of kinematic metrics graded against empirically derived performance thresholds and allows coaches and analysts to simulate corrected postures with AI-assisted suggestions, all within a browser and without requiring any specialist equipment.
We will demonstrate PoseForge through a case study of cricket. Imagine a cricket coach reviewing a training session with a right-handed batter practicing a cover drive. PoseForge has a dual visualization interface. On the left is the raw video frame, and on the right is the reconstructed 3D skeleton. Let me play the video once. Curious about the batter's posture, the coach begins exploring the 3D scene by rotating, panning, and zooming around it. Below, he sees a metric analysis panel divided into upper body and lower body sections. The coach clicks on shoulder rotation. It highlights the corresponding joints. In the 3D view, it overlays the computed measurement. A temporal curve in the card below shows the rotation evolving throughout the shot, and a color-coded grid indicates that the shot is slightly suboptimal at this particular phase. By entering the edit mode, we can directly manipulate the skeleton. As this adjustment is made, PoseForge propagates the change to a kinematic shape. The joint can either be dragged or written manually or dragged along a particular axis with constraints. Once satisfied, he uses the show changes overlay, which summarizes the correction, reporting how much each joint moved and along which axis. Imagine a beginner using the same system. The workflow becomes even simpler. He can use the natural language interface that is present right here. He can simply type something like drop front press by 5 centimeter. It applies the change directly using natural language and translates it into skeleton coordinates. PoseForge also generates coaching suggestions using the AI feedback agent, which translates metric deviations into clear, non-technical language. As you can see here, it shows that the shoulder is rotating too much during the swing and suggests moving the shoulder forward. We can directly apply this change by clicking on this and translating the change onto the skeleton. The coach can also define a custom metric to suit his coaching style. Using this, he can define an angle or distance using the relevant joints. First, choose whether it is an angle or distance. Then, select the key points to be evaluated and the phases in which the metric is important. Finally, select the ranges in the slider to define elite, good, great, and average. Now, I click on Add Metric and it shows a temporal curve. By operating entirely in the browser and requiring no specialized hardware, PoseForge makes biomechanical analysis accessible to coaches and practitioners across all levels of sport.
PoseForge is available as an open source software in the given link. For complete implementation details and evaluation findings, please read our paper. Thank you.